Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video, even though it does not address anything that is related to the Changeling's Frontier doublets, which is undoubtedly the main narrative of the season, Star Trek, Picard's Season 3 Episode 8 manages to feel like a triumphant conclusion. Similar to the Titan's escape from the nebula on Star Trek, Picard's Season 3 Episode 4, beautifully accented by Riker's rock toss at the Shriek, Vadic's defeat, and the Shriek's destruction is a pinnacle moment that is both extremely satisfying and dubious in terms of strategic judgment. There is a feeling of extravagance in how long we spend on the Endeavor Team D's get-together given that there are only 2 episodes left before the series closes. That is not intended to limit the incredible degree of fear produced by the Titan's prisoner emergency. Vadic is an A-list villain all the way through, threatening the lives of those on the bridge, shutting down the ship's systems, playing pranks on the crew, and hiding all over the ship. The fact that none of our heroes have ever appeared with Vadic is the only thing we regret. She is a formidable villain who does not want to talk to her victims. She's not a Q. She cares very little about solids or the Alliance, no tendency to sympathize with them, and little respect for them, save from maybe their tirelessness and temerity in keeping away from her grasp. Notwithstanding all, Vadic has never filled in as in excess of a lieutenant in this contention. She intensely complied with bearings that were given to her by a more significant position. They have never been more than a guffaw that we have ever seen. Her captain is obsessed with capturing Jack Crutcher. Now that Vadic is gone, I have no doubt they will attack him from every direction. Of course, they have mostly lost the element of surprise by this point. Imposters are currently being monitored by the Titan team, which is prepared, because only a few remain. If they use a robust giveaway radiation detection system and a good buddy system, they should be able to spot new changelings coming from a light year away. They also have data, including the most recent, but also the oldest version of their companion. Observing data transform lore into a positronic version of the ship of Theseus was perhaps the most tasteful way to settle the data lore dispute. Due to Data's lack of identification, he was prevented from having a truly human experience. Egotistical or little disapproved of motivations were never allowed by his preparation. Due to the fact that lore is a component of his personality mix, Data may be as vengeful as the situation calls for. He will now even be happy to see the villains get what they deserve. I enjoy Data. Inconsequential yet great sentiments as far as possible. Who else cheered when they saw the hollow portrait of Tasha Yard? Data's trinkets may be the last collection of next-generation Easter eggs we see as the series nears its conclusion. Data gives lore a lot of clues about his strategy in addition to his mementos from his life, but lore has never been good at seeing Data's openness as anything other than a weakness. Similar to Hologram Janeway in Star Trek, Prodigy, his programming has evolved into a distinct and multifaceted individual. His friendships are irreplaceable. His value to the world is greater than his abilities. Simply put, Data is powerful because he is adored, sufficiently able to overcome his sibling in the broadest sense. Data overcame Laura's temptation to push him away by securing a grip that was even tighter than Laura could have imagined. I'll be the first to admit that having all of Picard's friends seated around the table now that Data has been returned is a very satisfying experience. Even Worf feels some warmth, but are they all actually there? I'm beginning to think of Spider-Man. This brings me back to my concerns regarding Troy, despite how much it hurts to do so. I still don't understand how Vadic planned to use Troy as leverage on Dastrom Station, knowing that she would capture Riker there. What if Picard or Geordi had been locked up instead? In Star Trek, Picard Season 3, Episode 6, I considered. On the strike, did Vadic also detain Leah Brahms and Luris? You must be curious about this. To Tiovac, we are aware that the Changelings were successful in obtaining psychological data from their victims. They succeeded. Why not also apply that to Troy? Especially if Kester was also kidnapped and used to get Troy to talk. They do this by kidnapping Troy and Kester, using Kester to force Troy to reveal enough information to convince Riker that she is her, imitating the half-capacity Betazoids to feel the darkness Jack carries, and getting Beverly's permission to help him get through his red door. When was the last time Troy could use her skills to help others melt their minds? The change joins seem, by all accounts, to be mindful of Jack's red entryway. There was no doubt that Vadic knew more about his abilities now than he had a week earlier. What will be the red doors opening? All signs, flames, visual and oral hallucinations, and crimson eyes appear to point to parrots, despite the fact that it seems unlikely given that parrots were a species only found in Deep Space Nine. To tell the truth, the changelings first appeared on Deep Space Nine. Could the Poggle Wraith's quest for vengeance against the Federation have coincided with their decision to scorch the universe? When the red door opens, will they be able to leave the fire caves? Isn't Jack their emissary? However, how did that occur? Furthermore, what conceivable part of Picard's biological brain could connect Jack to those extraterrestrial beings? All things considered, in spite of the way that I might want to see Troy and Riker rejoined and prepared to play blissful families with Kestrit when the Wilderness Day festivities are finished, I can't resist the urge to have the feeling that the genuine Troy and Tuvok are sharing a phone in a dreadful, threatening area. Given that Vadic and the Shriek have been eliminated, Frontier Day is still many hours away, and Jack is about to open a door in his head to unknown locations. The outcomes of the final two scripts are unknown. I'm betting on one thing. Shaw will take an extended time away, so he might see for quite a long time about crazy heritage leaders who take his boat and fly it into the ground, and in no way, shape, or form am I guaranteeing he makes do. What are your theories? Who will attack them next? What do you think Hangar Bay 12 holds? Additionally, you are aware that will ultimately be returned to us. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.